Okay, welcome everyone to this video revision class. This is about the roles and responsibilities of the first aider. So I'll be covering these to make sure you understand um, what these are and a little bit on this. Okay, so first of all, first aid in an emergency. So they want you to know the clear differences between the emergency scenario, so when an emergency, and in terms of risk management. And this is the same for all other roles and responsibilities. So they want you to have a clear understanding of each really. So when we're looking at the first aider, and they want you to know what they should do in an emergency, it's pretty obvious. They need to act. So they need to act quickly. Okay. Um, Excuse that children's toy in the back. Assess the situation, okay, quickly. All right, so that's obvious because they need to assess whether there's any danger involved to themselves and others. They need to check if the player is responsive, um, possibly airways and breathing. Okay, so which is DRAB. So in emergency, they're the things you do, and they might give you a specific scene that you need to know in the exam. But generally, um, they want you to do that when there's an emergency. All right, so that's the administer and the first aid, prevent further harm, and all the P's can go in there as well. So we've got prevent harmful intervention. Now, in an emergency, there might be people who are trying to deal with the casualty and not doing it the right way. So they've got to organise the bystanders and prevent harmful intervention. Get bystanders to go and call 999. Emergency services will call 999, get emergency services involved. That's obviously another mark there. Prevent the patient getting worse. So prevent patient becoming let's change that. Prevent the patient getting worse would be another one. So they prevent the patient getting worse, and they should also prevent the delay in the recovery of the patient. Okay, so they are, there's an A there under there. So these are some of the things that they would be expected to do in an emergency. So stick to the P's, prevent harmful intervention, prevent the patient getting worse by performing first aid, prevent the delay. That should have the P in there. So prevent the delay of recovery are three good ones to go for. And provide medical aid, first aid, not medical aid. So there are your answers there. Over on this side then, we change this up. So in risk management, that's looking at how they can minimise, the chances of first aid occurrences in the first place. A lot of the time, doing a risk or needs assessment, normally called the needs assessment for first aid. So a needs assessment of the first aid provision. So they do a needs assessment of the first aid provision based upon the size, on the number of people, employees or customers, and how dangerous the workplace is, and if it's got any previous accident history, previous history in terms of accidents. So previous history, still getting used to this pen. So they do a needs assessment on a couple of those factors. If it asks about a needs assessment, the needs in terms of first aid under this 1981 regulation. So there's the first aid regulation, which is the legislation attached. So the 1981 first aid regulation will basically dictate that you do this needs assessment to make sure you know what's required. as part of that. Now, as I've said always, the word regulation means what the employer must do, and this is what I or other employers have to do under this legislation, okay, to make sure that the workplace is safe for people to go to. Other things I must do is, or the employer, if you look at it through that way, is I must have a appointed person, as you know. And usually they are qualified FAW, First Aid at Work, or EFAW, which is Emergency First Aid at Work. So I need to do that. I need to have signs and info given to new staff. So that could be in staff training, but also signs to say where the first aid provisions are. So information's given to staff when they start or when they're working in the premises as well. And that's all part of basically making sure that that provision is reduces the riskiness involved when it comes to first aid. Okay. The first aid or the appointed person should also test and stock equipment as well. So make sure they stock and test equipment. So you've got an IED. Make sure that's all done. That's my son coming into the room. So I think on that note, I will finish this, and that is first aid, looking at the roles and responsibilities of the first aider. Nice one.